Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham Rekak Padash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth and who rule well. Peace and citations unto the Akim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Quatazab Zion from the GMS Holland branch, going back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai with another lesson, with another video, and Lord willing, this video is edifying. So in this video, I'm going to go into this article, which I came across, which is from the World Socialist website. And it's entitled, After Biden Warns of Armageddon, NATO Escalates War with Russia. And it goes on to read, on Thursday, U.S. President Joe Biden warned that the war in Ukraine could trigger Armageddon. For example, a nuclear war between the United States and Russia. So you already know, when you read about this, it's speaking about wars and rumors of wars, pursuing to Matthew 24. But within 24 hours of Biden's warning, the Ukrainian special forces, after previously getting a public green light from U.S. officials, staged an attack on the Kerch Bridge connecting Crimea to Russia, a provocation aimed at intensifying the war and making such an Armageddon more likely. So this shows you that we are truly at war, that war is not on top of the horizon. No, they are at war because they're striking each other tactically. You see? The Ukrainian special forces attacked Kerch Bridge connecting Crimea to Russia. You see? So this is all pursuing to what the scripture says, that the Most High is mustering them up. The Most High is making them ready. You see? Let me see. I believe it's in the book of Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13. Verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh, power of hosts, mustered the host of the battle. And if you go into that word mustered, it is pakwat. And the outline of biblical usage says to attend to, mustered, number, reckon, visit, punish, appoint, look after, care for. So the Most High is making them ready for their punishment, you see, for what they did to the apple of the Most High's eye, which is take the children of Israel into captivity, which the children of Israel are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Your biblical nationality is you are Hebrew Israelites, you see. So the Most High is mustering them up. He's making them ready to get their appointed, how you call it, judgment, you see, to be appointed, to muster, call up. So the Most High is making them ready. The Most High is calling them up, so that they would make themselves ready for war, because the thing that we just read, the article that we just read, it says, after Biden warns of Armageddon, NATO escalates war with Russia. So let's go into that word Armageddon in the Bible. Let's go to Revelation 16, verse 16, and it reads, And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. You see, so this is what uh, what Biden just cited, or what he just pointed towards. You know, the Armageddon, which is building up. And in the Lashon Kodash, it's Armageddon, which Har is mountain, and God, which is troop, and God one makes it troops. So mountain of troops makes it multiple. So the outline of biblical usage also says the hill or city of Megiddo. But that's not what it is. My God one, what we just read. So the Har, which is mountain, my God one, which is place of crowd. Or if you go into the root word, Gadad, penetrate, attack, invade. Gawat, to invade, to attack. You see? So all these are tactical attacks. You see? So going back to what we just read. And he gathered them together into the place called in the Hebrew Armageddon. And where that is going to be is in the Persian Gulf. Let's go to Joel 2, verse 20. Let me hold that on deck. Let's go back to the article. Let's read on for a second. In response, Russian President Vladimir Putin authorized a series of airstrikes on civilian infrastructure throughout Ukraine Monday. Approximately 14 people were killed and 97 injured, according to the Ukrainian officials, and power was disrupted in more than half the country's regions. The World Socialist website condemns the action of all parties involved in the conflict. The Putin regime is not engaged in a war to defend the Russian population, but to defend the interests of capitalist oligarchy that came to power after the dissolution of the USSR. But ultimate responsibility for the escalation of the war lies with the United States and its imperialist allies. By encouraging Ukrainian plans to forcibly retake Crimea and join NATO, the US sought to instigate a war on Russia's borders, first to bleed Russia white and ultimately to carry out a regime change operation and break up the country. Now with Russian forces retreating in the face of the better armed and better supplied Ukrainian military, backed by the might of the world's imperialist powers, the US and NATO are seeking to further escalate the war. At no time has the US or any other NATO power called for a ceasefire or negotiated settlement of the conflict. On Tuesday, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg announced that he would hold a summit of NATO's nuclear planning group, and that NATO would be holding a training exercise using nuclear bombers. In the wake of Friday's attack on Kerch Bridge, the New York Times hailed the blast as a blow to the Russian war effort in Ukraine. Leading U.S. officials could not contain their glee at the terror attack, with Colonel Alexander Vindman, the former director for European Affairs for the United States National Security Council, tweeting above a photo of a burning bridge. I've been dreaming of this moment. But the cheers of Ukraine attack on Kerch Bridge turned to solemn condemnation of Russia's attack on civilian infrastructure without skipping a beat. Responding to the attacks, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said, "The Kremlin strikes again. Ukraine today again placed the stakes of Russia's brutal war into stark relief. Russia's attack are yet another reminder that its war against Ukraine presents a profound moral issue," adding, "There is one aggressor in this war, Russia." Okay. Let me see. So this is a long article. I'm just going to put it in the description box so you can read for yourself. But you see, they are marking Russia as the instigator. There's one aggressor. Russia is the aggressor. That's what they say, right? So that's been the narrative for the longest. You know, all these video games that they're making is always US against Russia. You know, Russia's always the bad guy. You see, so they're pre-programming you for this. Let me jump to this because this is they're making a good point here. The U.S. media proceeds with a form of collective amnesia about the wars of American imperialism over the past 30 years, declaring that, despite the crimes committed by the U.S. military in the past, its motives in the current conflict are purely altruistic. But the war is continuation of earlier conflicts, only now involving nuclear armed powers. You see? So this guy, he's telling you plain, you know, America has always been the aggressor. So why are they not the aggressor in this case? You know, and then the media, the US media goes on to say, yeah, it's about previous and earlier conflicts. That's why we are at war right now, you know, because the things that we did in the past, we changed our ways from that, you know. We're now for peace, we're not for war. Also, they say, you see. Let's go to the scripture that I just pulled. This is Joel 2, verse 20. And it reads, "But I will move far off from you the northern army," which is the U.S. army, "and will drive them into a land barren and desolate," which is the Persian Gulf, "with his face toward the east sea, and his hither part towards the utmost sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he had done great things." Gone. So the Most High is gonna bring these armies, and especially the U.S. army, into the Persian Gulf, which is barren and desolate, and the East Sea, which represents the Euphrates, and the hither part represents the Red Sea. You see? So in that area, the Persian Gulf, where Syria is, where Saudi Arabia is, you know, that's where this war is going to go down. The Armageddon, the gathering of the mountain of troops. You see? That's where the Most High wants everybody to gather. And that's when Yahushua is going to come out of the sea. You see? Let's go to Zephaniah 3, verse 8. And it reads, "Therefore wait ye upon me, said the Most High, until the day that I rise up to the prey, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy." You see? So this is the Most High's determination, that he gathers all the nations. You see? He's going to gather them in the valley of Armageddon. which let's go into that word determination, which is mashapat. And the outline of biblical usage says the judgment, justice, ordinance. You see, so this is the Most High's judgment that he wants all the nations to gather there. You see? Let's go to 2nd Ezra's. 2nd Ezra's 15, verse 20. And it reads, Behold, said Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Libanus, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. See? So this is the Most High's determination. He wants all the kings, all the kingdoms to be collected so that he can repay them after their doings. You see? Joel 3, verse 9. Now let me jump to the point, which is in 13. Joel 3, verse 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fat overflows, for their wickedness is great. You see, this is the whole reason that the Most High is going to bring judgment to the place. The wickedness is great. You know, just like it says in the book of 2nd Ezra's. Second Ezra 15, verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. You see, so the wine press is full, the press is full, the fats overflow. So this prophecy is appointed for a certain time period where everything is gonna be filled. You see, so the Most High, he has measured it. And when that appointed time is fulfilled, that's when the judgment is going to overflow. That's when he's going to send his son to bring forth judgment. Let me see. Here's 2nd Ezra 4, verse 37. By measure had he measured the times, and by number had he numbered the times. And he did not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. You see? So the vision is yet for an appointed time, but as we come closer to that time, as we come closer to that vision, as we come closer to that time period, we are explaining you what the prophecy is explaining. You know, we are making it plain for you. We are explaining it as simple as possible, so that you know, and so that you are warned, and so that you know what time we're going to come into. You know, what the Most High is going to do. You see? Let's see. Let me jump to verse 1 and 2. This is Joel 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, which the bringing back again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem represents not that he's going to put us in captivity again. No, he's going to undo the captivity. He's going to bring it again. He's going to turn it back. He's going to undo it. You see? This is Old English. So when it says bring again the captivity, it means to undo it. So the Most High is going to save us. The Most High is going to bring salvation to Judah and Jerusalem, which Judah represents the southern kingdom and Jerusalem represents the northern kingdom. Verse 2, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the valley of Yehoshaphat in the Middle East, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. You see? So this is the whole reason that the Most High is going to bring forth his indignation upon these nations. You see? He's going to gather them and put them in the valley of Yahushaphat, which is in the Middle East, and Armageddon, which is in the Persian Gulf. See? That's where he's going to gather them and bring down his fury upon these nations. You see? So we are at the brink of this time, of this being unfolded. You see, it's not going to take too much longer, man. You see? These heathen, the Most High, he's put it in their minds to say that the Armageddon is at hand. And when we see these words as men of the Lord, as servants of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that stirs certain scriptures in your mind, that stirs certain prophecies, in your mind. Like, hey, we are entering that time. You see? And he's also preparing himself. He's making ready to implement that C-hip. So all these prophecies are fitting in perfectly, just like we just read, by a measure as he measures the time. And the time is almost fulfilled, man. You see? So with that, I hope this video is edifying. And I want to say, Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham Raka Kodash. Shalom Akim.